Sorry, dear, can go to touch find your own voice and lead them with it. So, guys, I'm really, really sorry. I had to come out because I forgot to do something, but I'm here now. And if it is your first time here at Congressive Talk Show, we help our audience find their own voice and lead when we do. And happy holidays. So the topic today is mental health as a green flag. Mentally healthy isn't about perfect. Uh, isn't about perfect, never crying or always having it together. It's not about that. In real life, mentally healthy people still feel deeply, get triggered overthinking sometimes, and have hard days. And the difference is they don't live in chaos. They don't make their emotions everybody else's responsibility. They don't punish people for their own wounds. So that is the difference. When mentally healthy is a green flag, it shows up as emotional in a relationship. It shows up as emotional self. It shows up as self-awareness, accountability, boundaries, empathy, and stability. It shows up in how a person handles stress, conflict, disappointment, love, responsibility. So this video today is going to help you spot the signs, build them within yourself, and choose a relationship where mental wellness is not just spoken about, but live it. So number one, they can name what they feel. Mentally healthy person doesn't just act out emotions. They can identify them. Instead of I'm fine, they can say I'm overwhelmed, I'm disappointed, I feel unsafe. Naming emotions reduce confusion and prevents silence, resentment. So whatever you are feeling, you speak out. So number two, they don't punish people for their mistake. They create, communicate, and set boundaries, but they don't humiliate, ghost, insult, or emotional withdrawal or revenge. Mentally healthy people choose repair over punishment. So guys, I don't want you to have a misunderstanding here. There are people who are going through mental health, but when they go through these mental health problems, they go to the doctors, they go to the GP. Some of them they can maintain without going to the doctor. So they maintain their mental health. Like someone who knows that they have mental health in a relationship, they'll go to the doctors, they'll create a strategy. And when they meet someone, they sit down with them, they explain what they are going through because they are aware of their emotions. They don't live in denial. Take responsibility without excuse. They take responsibilities without excuse. They can say that was wrong without adding a speech without why isn't that wrong. Accountability is emotional maturity and it builds trust fast. Number four, they regulate before they respond. They pursue where they pause when they're angry. They breathe, walk away, or they go to pray. Journal, then return calm. They prevent reactive words that damage intimacy and respect. Number five, they don't make you their emotionally dumping ground. They share honestly, but they don't flood you with every day with the stress, rage, and chaos without support system. A green flag is they process responsibility. Anyone who has mental problems, guys, as long as they are aware of what they're going through, number six, they know their triggers and work on them. Instead of saying, you made me do this, they recognize that they they recognize that it triggered something in me. I need to handle it. They don't outsource healing to relationship. Number 7, they apologize with change, not just words. A real apology includes ownership. They own their apology, empathy, correction. Mentally healthy people don't say sorry and repeat the same harm forever. Number 8, they can handle honest feedback. You can express a concern without fear. They might not like it, but they listen, reflect, respond, not explore or shut down. Number 9, they respect boundaries without fight. They don't try to negotiate your no into a yes. They understand that boundaries protect love. They don't threaten it. Number 10, they communicate early instead of hinting. They don't play mind games. You find yourself like people who enter a relationship, they play mind games. People with mental health, they don't test you. If they are aware, they don't test you. They speak directly, respectfully, and calmly because clarity is kindness. Number 11, they can be alone without falling apart. They don't need constantly intention to feel whole. They enjoy solitude, self-care, and inner stability. That makes them less controlling in love. Number 12, they don't use fear to control. No threats, no intimidation, no if you leave me out. That behavior is emotional manipulation, not love. Number 13, they have emotional consistency. You are not guessing who you will meet each day. They may have moods, but they are not unpredictable. Storms, stability is a green flag. Number 14, they can talk about hard things without turning cruel. Difficult conversation don't become personal attacks. They address problems, not your dignity. They don't rush intimacy to fill a void. Number 15. They don't force closeness to avoid loneliness. They build connection slowly with discernment. Number 16. They can disagree without disrespect. Not not sarcasm, insults, dismissive tones, or shutting down, or they fight fair. Mentally healthy people protect the relationship even during conflict. Number 17, they don't shame emotions. They don't call you too insensitive. They don't mock tears. They treat emotions as information, not weakness. They ask questions instead of assuming. Instead of jumping to conclusion, they clarify, help me understand. Mental health people don't build stories in their head and punish you for them. But you will find someone who hasn't got mental health problems. They'll build stories in their head and they'll punish their lover. Anyone who has a mental health problems who has gone to the doctors and they created a plan, or sometimes some people, they don't like taking medication, they like to create a plan, they have coping skills beyond scoring, drinking, or avoidance. They may relax. I'm not talking about the people who have mental health problems, guys, who are struggling, who don't know what to do, or who have not gone to uh, who have not gotten any help, because there are some people who have mental health problems, but they seek help and then they struggle to get that help. But those who know that they have mental health problems, They they have coping skills beyond scrolling, drinking, or avoidance. They may relax online, but they also have real tools: sleep, movement, prayer, routines, therapy, journaling, community, breathing techniques. They can sit with discomfort. They don't run from accountability or difficult feeling. They can face the truth, feel the shame, and still grow. Number 21, they don't live in a victim identity. They may have suffered deeply, but they don't use pain as an excuse to harm. They move from this happened to me to this is how I heal. They can celebrate others without jealous. They don't compete with your light. They don't get threatened by your growth. They are secure to clap for others. Number 23, they don't use silent treatment as power. They may feel space, yes, but they communicate it. I need time. I'll talk later. Silence punishment is manipulation. Some people, when they enter a relationship, guys, it's actually very, very painful. There are some people who say, I want to go and start dating, and they decide they want to start dating. And once they decide they want to start dating, but because they've gone through so much pain in the past, and they will now then start torturing the other person that they meet. They will torture them with their past by say, I'm not gonna move any faster. They're not saying anything to the person that they are actually dating. They're not saying anything to say, listen, I wanna move, take things very slowly because I've been hurt before. So all they do is they say to the person they like the person and they wanna date them. But then they'll start playing mind games, such as I'm not going to take this. They keep the other person guessing of how the day is going to be like and how it just becomes a nightmare where the other person will start like questioning, I don't know where this relationship is going. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's simple. If the person has been hurt before, guys, is to me is very, very easy and very simple. If a man has been hurt before, to explain to the woman that, listen, I would like to take things very, very, very slow. I don't want to rush into anything. I just want to get to know you. And meaning no sex, guys. You can't have sex with someone if you don't know where the relationship is going. If they want to take the relationship very slowly, they want to get to know you. That does not involve you having to compromise your body for someone who is confused. Because if someone decides that I want to go on a date, I want to find true love involves marriage. It doesn't involve you going to sleep with someone's daughter, giving them children, and walking away. It doesn't involve you wanting to sleep with someone and then walking away and getting confused. So those who are confused, they need to stay in the confused.com. If I enter a relationship and I'm looking for a serious relationship, so as a woman, I need to be able to be ready to face what the relationship comes with. I need to be ready for that. So I need to be ready to get to know someone. If there is fear, it means I need to go to therapy. Where there is fear, if there is fear, you go to therapy. You don't go to dating and confuse yourself. You don't go to dating. You don't start dating. So you get therapy. You go for therapy. Where is Numsa? Okay. Yeah, you go to therapy. When you go to therapy, that's when you are in a confused.com, you go to therapy. And then when you go to therapy, you get help. But you don't say, I want to go dating, but I'm confused because I don't know what I want. So if you go and you're confused and you want to date someone, that's causing another confusion. So it's important, guys. Mentally healthy people, the good thing about mentally healthy people, they don't play any games. I'm talking about someone who has made a decision, who is aware that I have mentally health problems. And having mentally health problems is either this is how I'm going to deal with. This is how I'm going to deal with, and they create step by step of creating. So number 24, they have a healthy friendship or community. They ain't isolated, dependent on one person for everything. Healthy people build a support system that reduces pressure in a relationship. Number 25, they are honest about their limit. They can say, I don't have a capacity today without guilt tripping you. So this prevents burnout and resentment. They know, number 26, they know how to repair after conflict. They revisit the issue, clarify misunderstandings, and rebuild closeness. The repair is the difference between a healthy love and toxic cycles. It's important to be in a healthy relationship, guys, not to be in a cycle where you are in a toxic relationship. Number 27, they don't project their pain onto you. There are some people who project the pain, what they have gone through, they project it to you. And you end up carrying the pain of someone. They don't accuse you for what their ex did. Guys, like let's say example myself, I've been rejected in a relationship. I've been told that I'm not enough. I've been told so many things. But when I enter a relationship, this is an example. When I enter a relationship, I don't have to take the words of past relationship to my new relationship. I don't have to bruise my husband with a past relationship. I don't have to bruise my spouse with who did what, who wronged me in the past. Because every relationship is different. In order for me to get to know my spouse, I have to enter a relationship with all my heart, with all forgiveness. I got to forgive my past. When I forgive my past, guys, I have to burn my past. Burn it and leave it behind. And when I leave it behind, I leave it behind because I'm ready to start a new chapter, a chapter where you get to know your spouse, the things that they like to do, the food that they like to eat, the holidays they like to go to, the holidays they like to go to, the things that they like to do, the activities they like to do without holding on to any grudge or any unforgiveness, because that person is that person. When you meet someone, you got to be ready. You got to cleanse yourself, cleanse your heart, cleanse your soul. When you meet this person, whatever the conflict, when you are having conflict, it's got to be strictly your conflict in that relationship. Not, you know what, I've dated guys like you, I've dated women like you, they've treated me like this, they've treated me this, they've done this. We can't do that. That is forbidden in a relationship. Is forbidden. Those words are forbidden. When you are meeting the love of your life, you completely surrender yourself. You go all in. You honor your husband. Your husband honors you as a wife. Because but if anyway a man enters a relationship, still labels women and still sees you as women are like this, you can't be happy in that relationship. If women still label you as a man and say men are like this, you cannot be happy in that relationship because they are not dating you. They are dating the whole world. So your relationship has to be you, all about you. That man has to honor you. He has to be proud. Of course, he has gone through rejection in the past. He has gone through pain in the past. Of course, the woman, she has gone through rejection in the past. She has gone through pain, rejection, whatever she might have gone through, but she cannot give you the burden from the past relationship. She cannot do that. She cannot do that. Your spouse has to honor you. Your spouse has to value you. Your spouse have to create goals, guys. Like myself, I've gone through human blood sacrifice. Through my dating, going through that, it affected my life. It wouldn't be fair for a man to take the pain that I have gone through and take it to somebody else. It wouldn't be fair. Because that was my pain that I had gone through. It wouldn't be fair for somebody to go and say women are like this. I got treated like this. But you didn't get treated with nonsense. For me, the men that I dated when I was going through human blood sacrifice, they never got to meet me because I was being tortured. So there is no time for me to focus on the relationship while I'm being tortured. All I needed was a man to support me, but I never got that support. I got the bullying. Lucifer, Satan made sure that he goes to my in-laws, he manipulates them, so they bully me. He had to go, he make sure he goes to my spouse and manipulates them. So he bullies me without him realizing that actually I need to support this person. So they don't know that if they move on and they go to somebody else, they need to start from the beginning. Get to know the person based on their bloodline, based on where they are coming from, based on who they are, not because of the person that I've dated in the past. You can't do that. As a man, when you are dating a man, a woman, You cannot label a woman as I've dated girls like you. And it means you need to go through healing. For me, I had to go through healing. The healing looks like this. You bury the past. You have a relationship with the past where you say, you know what, I'm so glad that this thing taught me. The past teaches you skills. It teaches you the skills that you become aware of the bad habits. You become aware of who the real you is. You become aware of the you. So when you are dating, you go dating with someone because you want to get to know them. You want to love them. You want to honor them. Not you want to date them because you want to carry the burden of the past and give it to that person you are dating. It becomes a nightmare. I used to do that, guys. When a man does something wrong, I'm not going to talk. You wronged me. I'm not talking to you. You know, guys like you, they take women for granted. You see, now I've dated a man in the past who took me for granted. Now I'm dating the poor guy. The poor guy wants to get to know me. And me, I'm labeling that guy. I'm like, you know what? I'm not playing that game. I'm not going to answer his calls. I'm going to play hard to get. And when he speaks to me, I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of men. Men like you, I'm just labeling the guy, the poor guy. He doesn't know what is done wrong. Me, I'm just carrying my past. I've not dealt with my past. And I'm just giving it to the guy until I realized that I needed to go and get help. I needed to enter a relationship, get to know the person. Get to know the person, what makes this person, what makes them who they are. The things they love to do. What do they love to do? What makes them? What makes the things? What creates this person? What makes them love the food that they love to eat? The drink they like to drink, if they like juice, orange juice, Coca-Cola, Fanta, or any drink that they love, cocktails, whatever they like to drink. Why did they like what began? When did it start? What makes them love this drink? What's the story behind it? You see, I need to get to know the story of my men, not me bullying the men and saying, you know what? The guys like you, they always do this, they always do that. And the poor guy, do you think I'll have a happy relationship? No, I won't. I won't. But if I need to have a happy relationship, I need to surrender my heart to myself and share my heart with the men that I love. To say, enter my world, get to know my world. This is how my world looks like. When I'm down, guys, me, when I'm down, I don't like to talk. I want to go to sleep. When I'm down, I want to go and pray. So that person has to get to know me. When Nom says she's down, when Nom says she's hungry, when I'm hungry, I love my food. When I'm hungry, I love good food. I like a man who cooks for me. Whether they cook bad, It does not matter as long that food has been, even sandwich has been prepared by that man. I don't mind. But I don't have time to bully that person and say, oh men, guys like you in the past I've gone through that. No. Now I have the awareness that when the person rejected me, when I was rejected, I wasn't rejected because I wasn't good enough. I'm an educated woman. I'm a very, very smart woman. A woman who doesn't mind to get to know people, to go and get what she wants. I don't mind going to get what I need in my life. I don't mind building my life, building my legacy. I don't mind. So that's the woman that I am. But I'm not going to bully myself and say that person rejected me because I wasn't enough. No. They didn't reject me because I wasn't enough. They rejected me because there was part of them that was looking for something. They're searching. Like I was before, guys. I was searching for something. My parents divorced. I was searching for a man who behaves like my father, who behaves like my father and treat me like a princess because I'm a daddy's girl. So I was looking for that kind of guy. I was searching. So that person, they're still searching. It does not mean that they are wrong or whatsoever. It does not mean there's something that I've done wrong or anything. No. It means that they were searching for something. And they're allowed to search for that because they're allowed. So for me now, I need to go and find my man. And when I find that man, I need to treat him like a king. And he needs to treat me like a queen. I'm the queen after all. Women are queens. Men are kings. So it's important, guys. When you date, I've learned this the hard way. That when I'm dating someone, why should I bully them? Why should I let them carry other people's problems to say, oh, men are this? No, they don't. So I'm not going to project pain into someone. Number 28, they can receive love without sabotaging it. They don't create drama when things are peaceful. They don't feel unsafe in calm. Mentally healthy people can rest in a healthy love. Number 29, they practice self-reflection. They evaluate themselves. Why did this bother me? What was I afraid of? Reflection prevents repeating patterns. They can express needs without demanding. They don't control, they communicate. A green flag is this is what I need to feel loved. Not if you don't do this for me, you don't love me. Guys, that's blackmail. These are the bad habits that I used to do. I used to tell the guy, if you don't do this for me, that means you don't love me anymore. Because if you love me, you would do this for me. And that's blackmailing a guy. That's blackmailing poor guy, someone else's child. If you don't do this, we done. I'm sure some girls can relate to this. We done. There are men who do this. They give you an ultimatum. If you don't do this, I I went to Dr. Olukoya, guys. For me, I like normal life. Normal life is what I love. Here's me realizing that there is more to me these people wanted to sacrifice me, but I needed to know why. I needed to understand, and I needed to accept me for who I am as a person. And when I go, I was confused. I didn't know what to do. I wished my dad was alive. I wish my mom was alive, was here in UK. My mom, she's alive. I wished my mom was in UK. Then I went, coming back. The man that I love gave me an ultimatum. So what he was giving me is what God created me to be. Is either I continue becoming that or else. But not because I love myself, because I know what it means to live a life where you don't accept yourself for who you are and try to fit in with anybody else. And I refuse to fit in. I actually refused to fit in that relationship where I am given an ultimatum. I said, if I want to study becoming a professor, or if I want to be who I want to be, I can't make a choice for what God has created me to be. I cannot shrink my life to be happy in a relationship, because I'm never going to make that person that I'm dating happy. All I will do is make him miserable, because when I'm miserable, the other person will be miserable because I'll be making them miserable. So I chose the happiness of that person, and I chose my happiness. I chose to give them happiness, and I chose my happiness, because it's wrong when you know who you are supposed to be, and then you say to yourself, I'm going to ignore it, and I'm going to pretend that I don't know who I am so I can be loved. So for me, there was no room for me to pretend to be loved so that I can continue my relationship. I had to give the man that I love the happiness that he deserves. And I had to give myself the happiness. I want to be a billionaire one day, guys. And becoming a billionaire, it will cause pain. It means that I have to go through pain. It means I'm going to have to go to school and study. It means I'm going to have to, sometimes I'm going to maybe go to bed without food. That's what it means. It means I have to go through, I have to climb the mountain. And climbing that mountain is not going to be easy. So in order for me to do that, I need to be with someone that supports me. So I'm trying to share this story with you guys so you guys can understand that when you are dating someone, mentally, people with mental health problems who are aware, who have a very supporting system, they will never ever give you an ultimatum. And even those who are not in a mentally or don't have mental health problems, a man who support you will never give you an ultimatum unless you are doing something, maybe that alcohol or taking alcohol or taking drugs. That one they can give you an ultimatum. But if you are somebody who's driven, who wants to become something better, they wouldn't give you an ultimatum. They want to support you. They want to be there for you. They want to support your goals. You guys have seen me on social media. I don't pretend. What you see on social media is that's my personality, is who I am. I'm a woman who is not afraid to climb the mountain even when it's hard. I'm not afraid. Even when it's hard, when life does not make sense, I'm not afraid. And I need a man who is strong, not a man who is going to carry my burden, a man who is going to say, you know what, Nomsa, I've got your back. Because you have to be strong in not controlling. Because when someone controls your life, it gives you an ultimatum. They are controlling you. So for me, I am someone, I'm not afraid of climbing the mountain. I faced the ancestors who have come into my life. They tried to put me under slavery. And I'm like, I don't want to be part of that. And I'm not afraid. I've faced the people ringing social services to cause fear into my life. I love my children. Cause fear into my life. So I'm sharing this story with you guys because when you in that relationship, it ain't easy. And mentally healthy people, they are aware of that. It ain't easy. The person either they take you as you are or they don't. If they label you or they judge you, the relationship can't work. But if they accept you who you are, that's when the relationship will work. When you are dating someone and the minute you judge that person, the relationship will not work. The minute you judge, I've dated the people who judge me without knowing me. Who judge me? You see, I dance on social media. I'm a singer. I have an amazing voice. But no guy has ever heard me sing because I don't gloat. No guy has ever seen me dancing for them. I don't do that. But I can dance. So those things, I've met guys, they judge me like, no, sir, I can judge, I can dance, and I'm a very smart girl. I know that. The reason why I know that I'm smart is because my intelligence it does not come from me. It comes from God. I get God on my side, and I get to learn the things that I don't understand through God, not on my own. So it's important, guys, to live in a relationship where understanding, like people who have got mental health problems, there are some people who have got mental health problems who don't know how to deal with things in a relationship because they have not made a decision. Once you make a conscious decision to say, this is what I'm aware, what I'm going through. Like myself, when I was going through human blood sacrifice, I had to be aware that Lucifer is not in my life to play games. He's here to kill me. I had to be aware of that. I have to be aware that a member of my family did not go for sacrifice for me to live. They went to take my life. So it's either I fight, they take what they ask for, because if I leave, it means they die. We cannot both live. It's a covenant of death. So in a relationship, it's like that. You have to be aware of who you are as a person without fear of being judged. Be aware and be honest about who you are. Once you are honest, then when you meet the person that you are dating, you know what you're looking for. And then you know if you have mental health, you know that you have mental health. And then you can date with grace and tell this person this is what it is. If they want to date you, they will date you. But if they don't, they move on. Like myself, I need time with God. There are times where if my friends are ill or family members are ill, I need time with God. So I just need a man that understands that Nomsa is not asking too much. She just needs 1 hour. Those moments to me, they're special, where I'm with God. I didn't start now. I started when I was a child, just time with God. So when you are aware of who you are, what you want, where you want to take the relationship, and mentally healthy people, number 31, they respect individuality, your individuality. They don't try to erase your personality, style, friendship, dreams, or voice. Mentally healthy people love you as a whole person. Number 32, they are emotionally present. They don't avoid the intimacy and meaningful conversation forever. They might be learning, but they show effort and presence. Number 33, they choose growth over ego. They rather heal than win. They rather learn than be right. Ego destroys connection, growth builds it. I said to Satan once, guys, he wanted me to have egos because now I'd won the battle. Now he wants me to think that I'm better than my spouse. And I said to him, do you know what it took me to defeat you? What it took me to defeat you, and you want me to go to my spouse and have ego? It was hard. Even with business, guys, I wouldn't show off if I was to have become a billionaire. I want to give because it ain't easy. Anything that you show off, it means it's easy to do and you don't really care. But when you do, when you have to go through pain, sleepless night, and then you succeed and you show ego. And I said to him, I ain't gonna do that, Satan. I will honor my man. I rather him betrays me. I rather you use him to betray me because I won't betray my spouse. I stand with what I believe honor. And then he went to my spouse. It was easy to betray me. Very, very easy. All he has to do is enter his soul. All he has to do is enter some of his family members and just do the work. When he's done, he leaves them with pain. That's what he does. So I share this with you guys that someone who has mentally health problems, they don't try to alter your personality. They don't try to change you to become something that you are not. They don't do that. They honor. They choose growth. Number 34, create emotional safety consistently. You feel safe to speak. Be impatient, be honest, and be human. Emotional safety is the biggest green flag. They take their healing seriously. They don't wait until they lose everything to change. They pursue wellness because they respect themselves and the people they love. They take healing very, very, very serious, guys. I'm going to share with you the reason why I survived is because I looked at my children and I looked at my life. And I said, if I don't do something about my healing, if I blame the person that wanted to destroy me, my children will have no mother. Guys, any person that raises your children, and whether they love them, they will never ever raise your children the way as a mother or as a father you want to raise them. They wouldn't. They wouldn't want to. They wouldn't make an effort. They will not want to make an effort. So I said to myself, if I don't do something, my children will be raised without a mother. So I had to make an effort. I had to go through healing. I had to say, God, give me your strength. I had to learn how to communicate with God. I had to learn how to enter the realms in the spirit, those who coming to me and say, Nomsa, I destroy you. I had to enter and fight for my life. I had to enter and fight for my life. I had to learn to fight for my life. So these people that goes and ring social services, nonsense, this, they have no clue what I had to learn in the name of God, in the name of my children. So people with mental health problems, they focus on healing, not who did what. And that's why, guys, you are able to watch my talk show. Healing was the thing that I had to do. I didn't want to know about who did what. All I needed was God have mercy. It was to ask God to give me strength. I didn't get on any medication because God would teach me now how to cleanse my soul, how to heal, how to forgive, how to look at my enemy, the person who wanted to kill me, instead of slapping that person and give them a hug and say, you know what? I'm on earth to live until God decided to take my life, not when you decided to take my life. Focus on healing. That's what the people with mental health problems, they do. Those who don't focus on themselves is because they're taking baby step. But once a mental health problems, once they make a decision, there is no looking back. They don't want to know who did what, who did that. They go and get what they want because they know the pain that they have gone through. They know it. They don't play. People see me, they don't know that the reason why I survive is because I chose to heal, not to blame anyone. And that's why I've never mentioned the person who wanted to sacrifice me, because I want them to mention themselves. I want them to say, I am the one who wanted to kill Nonsa to my mother. I want them to look at my mother's eye and say, I wanted to take her life because I thought wealth was an option for me. But I chose healing, guys. Each and every single day, I choose healing. And I'm a better ass when I go to the Spirit, when I pray. I don't have time for nonsense. I don't have time for that one. I don't have time for that one. The relationship is like that. You take this nonsense that you've gone through away. You learn to, you love. That's what the relationship is about. You take the nonsense. In my church, we have a program called This Nonsense Must Stop. The reason why we say this nonsense must stop. So it's a 3-day program where if you're single, you evaluate your life. Why am I single? Is there better habit in my life? And those better habits, you put them together, you call them nonsense. You change. You look at any area of your life, whether it's the enemy, whether it's the people that are not treating you right, and you want to hang out with them, this nonsense must stop. You get deliverance, you move on. Because if I meet a guy and I say, you know what, guys like you, that's nonsense. The guy does not have to go through that. He when he says, Nomsa, I like you, I want to marry you, he doesn't say he wants to marry me to go through pain. No. He wants to marry me because he loves me. He finds me attractive. So I got to say hallelujah. I got to honor the guy. I got to love the guy. I got to be. I got to love and honor, not to bring the nonsense and say, you know what, these guys, no. And women do the same. Because when someone chooses you, they choose to be with you. They don't choose to be bullied. They don't choose to carry someone else's pain. They don't choose that. They don't choose to carry someone else's pain. They choose to love you. And when they choose to love you, when you are fighting, even if they forgot your anniversary, maybe last year they forgot your anniversary, you don't say you don't love me because you forgot my anniversary. Guys, even my children, I love them. I can't forget my children's birthday. Do you know why? No parents can forget their children's birthday, but we could. Why? Because they remind you every minute. Don't forget my birthday. So you can't forget it. So for a spouse, it's easily to work. It's easily for them to forget the date. They are not actually forgetting your anniversary. As they get busy, is the date they mix. They're like, oh, I forgot it. Today is this date. Like today is the 29th of December 2025. I thought it was tomorrow because they get busy, but they love you. Deep down in their heart, they love you. They'll do anything to protect you. But because they forget, it's an accident. But for me, the mindset I had before, I wouldn't think that way. I'll be like, no, if you loved me, you wouldn't forget my birthday. My mind, my head will create its own reality. But the real reality is a real person is bound to make a mistake. For me, no, you can't make a mistake. You cannot forget my birthday. You cannot forget our anniversary. But it happens. Me, you can't forget my birthday. Not because of presents. It's because I didn't realize how my birthday, the day I was born, how special it is. So you wouldn't forget. I'll remind you each and every day that, oh, my birthday is coming up. Not because I want to go out or because I just want to know it's my birthday. So you wouldn't have problems. But before I wouldn't say anything. And Christmas, like holidays or the birthday, like if there is a present that I need, that I desire, that I want, before I would want that person to guess, surprise me. But now I've learned that if there is something that I believe that that person can help me to get it on my birthday, I have to ask, can you get me this on my birthday, please? But before, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. Because I want the guy to use his common sense. Use your common sense. That's how human beings we are created. But those who, if you are dating someone, guys, I'm not saying start judging your spouse or anything. We have to understand that life is, people are different, completely different. You may find that the person that you date sometimes, but what I've learned is learning to communicate your needs is more important in a relationship. Just learn to communicate and also know that that person you're dating, they are your best friend and don't take them for granted. Once you know that the person that I'm dating, they are my best friend, they are my friend, even when you fight, you want to forgive very, very quickly. Or maybe argument about going on dates or going where you're going for a meal. If it's Chinese, let it be Chinese. And I'll just say next time we go for Indian, if that's what it is. Instead of taking each other for granted, life is too short. Completely too short. So, guys, if you're watching Gossip Talk shows from any part of social media, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our pages and subscribe to join the group. We have two groups, Unique Billionaire Mindset and Gossip Talk shows. And join those two groups and be part of the group. And go to the website, is www.hseia.com. Be part of the family. And if you want to, like New Year, if you want to find a woman of your dreams or a man of your dreams, please do sign up to find love. Or if you want coaching, there's a page for coaching. May God bless you. May you have good holidays. The New Year is coming up, and may you be blessed. God bless you.